Aloha, it's Dave Lawrence, and thank you for being here. A big mahalo for tuning in and catching this. Pleased to be part of the maiden voyage in some ways of a legendary music group hitting the islands, a band that I was fortunate to play an interview with recently on the air, the leader of the Afro Cuban All-Stars, Juan Gonzalez, and he is joining me now in one of the dressing rooms at the Blaisdell Concert Hall here in Honolulu. A big aloha and mahalo to you for taking more time for me, my brother.
Okay, thank you very much, and I'm very happy to talk to your audience. And I like this country, and I like this place, because I've been in America several times. I've never found people like you in the rest of the, let's say, states of America. The people is busy, the people is stressed. Here you are more relaxed because you are islanders, same as we are, so we are slow. We are a little bit slower than the people in mainland, and really, I'm really happy. It's beautiful. State is beautiful. I've been in 3 islands so far, and beautiful, all of them.
Initial impressions. The first place that you went was what? Either Maui or was it the Big Island?
Maui.
What did you think of it?
It's a very nice island. I was there for 3 days. I had the pleasure to have 3 days in the 5-star hotel, enjoying the life. And
what part of the island were you staying in?
The Fairmont is Kia. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, and I cannot remember exactly, but so Kealani.
Fairmont Kealani.
Kealani. Fairmont Kealani.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's a nice place.
And what any activities that you did that were noteworthy that stick out 3 days? I mean, were you just mostly kicking back? Did you play with anybody unusual besides your band?
No. I was there just relaxing a little bit because we were really tired. We started the tour playing in Australia and Indonesia, and we have had so far, I think, about 5 different times. So still I'm tired, I've seen my younger daughter, she's only 21 years old, and she's very tired. She was telling me, well, I'm so tired, It's really difficult because you have a different time every half a week, and then you never recover from the time before. And actually I'm very, let's say, out of my proper timing, and it's difficult. So we were there just relaxing. I went to the beach. I love the sea because I was born in Cuba, and I'm a line there.
Do you surf?
No. Surf
Me neither.
It's a white thing.
She surfs.
Oh, yeah.
Japanese.
I mean, it was a joke. I mean, surfing is not for us.
Yeah.
We swim. We go to the beach in order to be in contact with the nature, But we don't have big waves in Cuba because Cuba is a paradise, It's not like probably you have some space for surfing here in Hawaii. I'm not completely sure, but you are small islands in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. So perhaps in certain places of the islands you have some space for proper places for surfing. I've seen the enormous waves in Australia, but this is not our. No.
Not your passion.
Swimming. We are more swimming guys. Have a beer and enjoy the life. Have a good cigar. This is
That's interesting to hear. That's interesting to note. So surfing culture in general not very big in Cuba.
No, at all. We don't have these big waves. In fact, you go to Varadero, which is I don't know. Perhaps I sound a little bit chauvinist, but I think it's the most beautiful beach I've been in my life.
Where situate us in terms of where on the island it is in Cuba?
Matanzas is the province of Matanzas, which is a province in the west of the island, but not far west. It's just middle west. It's Havana here, and then you go to the east, and then you arrive to Matanzas. It's about 180, about 120 miles, to talk in your terms, and it's very near. And in Varadero, the sky, the blue sea, very blue. It's a different blue than yours, because here is a little bit more a touch of gray. We don't have this touch of gray because we are not in the middle of a big ocean, but the Caribbean, you know, is a small sea in the middle of a couple of continents. So it's a different kind of sea. It's more blue than here. And then in Varadero Beach, you can walk, I don't know, 100 yards, and still you have the water at your knees. So it's unbelievable. It's a beautiful beach, very beautiful.
That reminds me of when I was in Bloody Bay in Negril, Jamaica, where literally you can just walk 100 or more yards straight out, and the water will only come up to you. It has like a real gradual slope, and I can just picture it. I'm sure it's really. Is that on the southern side of the island, not the northern side, the southern side?
Oh yeah, well, no, in the northern.
Oh, like closer to America, or closer to the opposite side?
Closer to America, closer to Miami. In fact, Jamaica is great, but it's not the half. It's not the Punta Cana is not the half of the beaches that we have in our island. Because it's a bigger island. But the problem that we do have is in the southern coast, we have no beaches, no good beaches.
So they're on the
the northern boundary of the island, the northern coast, you can find the best. Well, there's a very good one in Camagüey. It's a province in the east. It's about let's say 500 miles away of Havana, and there's a very good beach in the south. But this is not normal. This is not normal. Normally, the good beaches are in the northern part of the island, all along the northern part of the island, and because we do have a lot of small keys, all
little islands.
Surrounding the island, there are beautiful natural places in this case.
I'd like to go there. Maybe you'll take me on a little beach tour sometime in Cuba.
I think that you have to go. Unfortunately, for a long time, you have been not allowed by your politicians.
If we're doing an interview with someone, we can go there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, you're an intellectual. She can go as well, because you are intellectuals, you work for the radio, you can ask for a special permission and go there. But you need a special, no, you don't need a visa for going to Cuba. This is a lie. You don't need a visa. What you need is the permission of your dad, which is your government.
Right. Our government has to give us permission. Yeah. No, well, that'll be something I'll work on. And real quick, before we talk a little bit about music, how was the Big Island to you? You were over on the Big Island so far too, right?
The Big Island is unbelievable, you know, because it's a volcanic place, and it reminds me a little bit the certain parts of Mexico City. Oh, I mean Mexico, because in the Pacific coast, near to Colima, there are this kind of volcanic things, and I like this black, you know, the contrast between the black and the green, and a lot of people writing things, you know, making
messages, right?
Yeah, messages with white stones, and this is great. I liked it a lot. We were in a resort. It was a Fairmont as well, resort. Very beautiful. The beach wasn't good because it was just the coast, but the pool was great, and you know, the people so warm, you know.
That's cool. Did you write a message?
Beautiful ladies, you know.
Did you write a message with the white stone?
No, I didn't. I hadn't.
Afro Cuban All Stars, Cahilu Theater.
Yeah, well, I hadn't the chance. The people so nice, and the people at the concerts so warm. You know, there's a difference between the people of the continents and the islanders. Because I've been in London, well, I lived in London for a short while, and British are British. They are, I don't know, you know, they were the owners of the world in the past. But they are warmer if you compare a British with a German. It's a different thing. You know, they are warmer, especially women.
There are shades of warmth.
Oh yeah, there are grades. There's a
scale of warmth.
In the scale of warmth, let's say German is O, and perhaps Great Britain is 5. It's different.
Mainland.
Up north in Britain, you go to even in England. In England, Newcastle, the people is warmer. Even it's colder, but the people's warmer in Newcastle, and then you go up north to Scotland, and they are great. the Scotland, countryside guys. You know, I like them. My favorite singer used to be a Scottish guy, Van Morrison.
All right. So they're warmer up in Scotland. That's great to hear because I've always wanted to.
Remember if Van is Irish or Scottish, but from somewhere.
I believe he's Irish.
Scottish.
Yeah, Irish or Scottish. I think he's Irish.
Oh, Irish.
You've probably played up there too. Is
Billy Idol. Billy Idol is a Scottish.
Wow, and you like Billy too?
Oh yeah, the period of the punks. I used to be a punk.
Yeah, you had that.
In certain sense, you know.
And you told that cool story how the band dressed up as punk and played the music, you know, in the early Sierra Maestra days.
Yeah, Sierra Maestra, we used to dress like punks, like Adam and the Ants. You know, very rare way of dressing, but combining this style of dressing with pure traditional 1920s music, and we were able to reintroduce this kind of music to our generation, and was great.
You really, speaking of the music, it's a perfect bridge. You carry this mantle of so many styles of music to the world, and you're introducing them to a lot of people who don't know anything but are curious. They have an open heart, an open mind. They want to know. They want to experience your culture. Mm-hmm. Describe for me the different styles that you guys play. So in one show, someone will see the following styles of music performed by this one band.
Well, I have certain songs. I can write arrangements using different styles. For example, I made an arrangement of Lágrimas Negras, who is a classic of the Cuban music of the 1920s, but in a different style. For example, I start with the contredanse. The contredanse is a kind of, let's say, the most European style of the Cuban music, because it comes from the style of the dance of the French high society during the 17th century, or even before, let's say 15th century, 16th century. So it takes this style of 2/2 or 2/4, and then we added in Cuba the percussion, but the percussion is playing with the accent in the first or third beat of the bar. This is the contredanse. So I brought the arrangement with the contredanse at the beginning, and then turns into a son montuno, into a song, you know, and then the lead singer starts singing. In all the songs, I make also different styles, but normally we used to make a kind of journey through Cuban music from the, let's say, the most traditional styles up to the contemporary styles. For example, in the gig, the repertoire, we have a big repertoire. It's wide. It's really wide. We are playing, let's say, probably 12 songs tonight, but we have much more. Even when we are not working together all the time. You know, Afro-Cuban All-Stars is an all-stars team. They do live in different countries. Right. They do have their own careers, their own bands.
They come together.
And we come together once or twice a year in order to make tours and perform concerts.
And they all have their own lives. I like that. That it's an ongoing chapter, if you will, of your lives. One of the things, continuing on the theme of people like myself who don't speak Spanish and who are newer to the music maybe than yourself, who's obviously an expert of it, and then culturally more connected to it. Lyrically, Juan, since I'm not getting the lyrics, right? I don't know what's being said. When you think of the lyrics, is there a message or theme to the songs that you pick for the Afro-Cuban All-Stars? Or if not, just share with me some of what you see as like lyrical themes or commonalities between songs lyrically.
Well, lyrically, the music is very interesting, the music that I play, especially the songs that are composed specially for the band, because we want to send a message. In my songs, for example, I send messages. I'm a left-wing guy, so I do believe in things that perhaps looks to be an utopia, you know. But I do believe in the independence. I do believe in the possibility of a better world, and I have written this kind of message in many songs. For example, there's a song that we're going to perform tonight that refers about a friend of mine. We studied at the university during the late 70s. She studied with me.